Wargamers, Games Workshop released a preview for the Damocles Gulf Warzone, and today I want to talk a little bit about that preview and some of the fluff aspects associated with it, and also what it might mean for what we see for the armies that are around the Damocles Gulf for future releases. So before we do that though, I want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, if you like any of my other videos, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell as well. That way you don't miss any of my upcoming 8th edition videos. Cool. So, alright. What's the deal with Damocles Gulf? Well, last we heard, it was on fire. Basically, the Imperium threw some incendiaries in there, or launched some incendiaries in there, ignited the nebulae that were there, and the whole thing was on fire, making it, untraversable. So you couldn't get across the Damocles Gulf. But now with the Cicatrix Maledictum opening up, that's that huge warp storm that basically rips the galaxy in half. Now that that's here, that fire's put out, and war rages on in the Damocles Gulf. So, what does that mean? Well, basically, Necrons, Tau, Tyranids, all getting their action on in the Damocles Gulf. So that's bad news for the Imperium. Basically, they have all these alien races there, plus chaos because of the new warp storm, and all the Imperial worlds around the Damocles Gulf are threatened by all these different forces now. Which is cool from a fluff perspective. It gives us more, or actually more of the same reason to hold battles there, but a little bit more spice. There's a little bit more spice in that now, so that's cool. But particularly with the Tau, there's some interesting developments that they tease, and mainly that's that there was this 4th sphere expansion that the Tau sent out. And if you're unfamiliar with Tau fluff, basically they go through these expansionary phases called spheres. And they completed the 3rd sphere. Now they're on the 4th sphere. They sent it out and it disappeared. So it's unclear if they just lost contact or if they went into the warp or what happened to them. But the 4th sphere is gone. So now they're on the 5th sphere. They're sending the 5th sphere out. Man, that's a tongue twister. The 5th sphere out and are colonizing new worlds as this new initiative of conquest. So that's cool. But what happened to the 4th sphere? Well, for one thing, I think this gives us some nice expanded scope for the Tau. Like, there are plenty of bad things that have happened to the Tau, but I think it's more fun if more bad things happen to the Tau, just because it gives them a little bit more of an obstacle, which I think just makes their victory that much more sweeter. So that's cool. But it's probably just an excuse for Games Workshop to have Tau pop up in random spots throughout the galaxy. If they actually went into the warp and then popped out the other side somewhere, that's why the Tau could be fighting space wolves or something on the other side of the galaxy. You don't have to worry about it. They're just the 4th sphere, just right off that way. So that's probably what it is. But I think there's also some intriguing options for what it could mean if that's not the case. The first is that they could do like a Star Trek Voyager thing with it, where the Tau gets slingshot across the galaxy and they have to work their way back to the Tau Empire. And as part of that, they're making new alliances, new enemies, with factions that we haven't seen before, new races, and gaining new technology along the way. So this could be one way that we get to bring in some new factions or new races into the world of 40K, is through this 4th sphere expansion. Now, to be fair, we could have done that without having this 4th sphere be slung across the galaxy. They could have just done that in their own neck of the woods, but it's more fun if it's through this tragic event of this 4th sphere expansion. So that's cool. So I think we might be able to see some of this manifest in the new models that we get for Tau when 8th edition hits, or rather a little while after 8th edition hits, because I don't think we're going to see Tau anytime soon. But the thing that really makes me think that this is actually going to have an impact on the Tau model range or the Tau rules is that they spend a lot of time talking about it, and they say we'll have to wait and see what happens to this 4th sphere expansion. Like half the preview is talking about this lost group of Tau, and I don't think that they would dedicate that much time to it unless they were actually going to act on it or make it pay off in some way. So I tend to think that we're actually going to see something come out of this lost group of Tau. And If not, I'm going to be disappointed, but I think we will. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, thanks for watching and happy wargaming.